And obviously, as we focus on Asian players, of interest to us in particular is the Japanese player that has caught everyone's attention, 21-year-old Itto from Japan. And yeah, she is really on a bit of a roll at the moment because, you know, she hadn't had a particularly good year since winning. She won a WTA 125 title at the start of the year. And that was not long after reaching semis in Osaka during the Asian swing last year. But since then, her season tailed off a little bit. But now she's just had a really good run in Canada, in Montreal. She came through qualifying and then also through her first two matches against volley nets and Jasmine Paolini. So obviously huge for her to get a top 10 win there, and then eventually fell in 3 sets in the third round to Jessica Bujas-Manero. But she's come to Cincinnati and again come through qualifying. And yeah, she's come through pretty well in her first 2 matches against Elena Gabriela Ruse. And then in the last round, she knocked out 27 seed Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova 6-1, 4-6, 6-4, which has set up a really nice, exciting tie from her point of view against the 6th seed and, of course, an American, Madison Keys. That match is going to be on in Grandstand. Itto's got the kind of style, though, that I think if you're starting to feel a little bit of the pressure, it's going to be really annoying. She's got a really unique style in that she rarely actually hits a full forehand. She hits a lot of slice on the forehand, and she does have a conventional backhand, so she can hit it fairly strong as well on that side. She hits a lot of moon balls as well, but surprisingly accurate moon balls, like right near the baseline. And it just takes a lot of players out of their rhythm.
Really irritating, yes.
Yeah, but then, you know, sometimes she'll hit, yes. See, that's the thing, yeah. Especially in that backside, she'll hit, you know, harder and with pace and vary the angle. So you just kind of don't know what's coming. And yeah, it's really hard to get into a rhythm. And yeah, definitely Ken started to feel the pressure. And ultimately, Itto came through. They took that final set 7-5 after Kenan had been up 4-love. So that's obvious. You know, all round in terms of her game, she's got that competitive spirit, and she's got a bit of power and athleticism, which is, you know, maybe a bit in contrast to Itto, but similarly they are coming up. They're on the rise, and they're looking to make an impact here. And I definitely think it's quite possible that they will meet in that third and final qualifying round and face off against each other for the chance to qualify and make their US Open debut.
Can you change it?
No.
Can't change it, right? So it does you no good to dwell on it. Sometimes we dwell on maybe bad points, but you know, sometimes we dwell on good points, right? How many times have you guys seen players go, they hit a great shot, they're like, give me applause, give me applause, give me applause. They're still thinking about the great shot that they hit, and then before they know it, before they come back, they realize, oh shoot, I just lost the last 3 points, I didn't even realize it, right? So you cannot change what's happened already in the past. So when you play one point, whether it's good, whether it's bad, just know, hey, come back, play again. Whatever point is in front of you, you make sure you give 100% focus.
You got to train with Rafa. Tell me a bit about that.
It's really special because you can train with Rafa. I mean, he's my idol, so I always really feel so special to play with him as well, and get to know him as a person. And he really gives me a few tips as well sometimes during training or even off court when I meet him in the gym. So yeah, in Rafa's we have a really good team, and I have a really good team as well, my coach and different help resources, and I think it's really the best for me at the moment.
I think for me, the expectation would probably to get at least 3, 4 wins before the US Open, just to, prepare her for the US Open, which I think is probably the target for her and her team. Like they want to get that first slam main draw win, and what better place to do it than the US Open, where she's experienced her most successful, in at the junior level. And definitely there will be a lot of Filipinos in New York cheering her on. So I think if there's any place that for her to get that first slam
Mm.
main draw win, that would be it. So hopefully the tennis gods will give her a good draw for the US Open. Like personally, I would love for her to finally just get that first slam main draw win this year, just to cap off her first year on the tour. And I think it's doable. Although, of course, the hard court swing is a bit more challenging because there are so many players who can play on the hard court versus like on the grass, for example, where if you have like just a slight edge of get being more comfortable, moving better on the grass, you would do well, better than most of the other people on the field. But hard court is, I would say, more equal playing field in terms of the rest of the tour. All of them know how to
Yeah.
play on hard courts, right? So yeah, I would say maybe get 3 to 4 wins during the warm up to the US Open, and then finally get that main draw win would be a great.
Good. Yeah. I mean, I think that's fair. It's difficult.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, for you, so you recently broke into top 200. You'll be a little bit further now that you've won this match. I think, I mean, obviously that's a great milestone. Do you have any goals that you set for yourself this year? And also, like long term in your career, do you have any goals?
So for this year, my goal is to be top 100. So yeah, I know it's not easy, but yeah, hopefully I can make it. And yeah, and also I want to play the next gen finals. That's my goal this year with my coach. And yeah, let's see what happens. And also my long-term goal is to obviously be a Grand Slam champion and also be #1, because
I mean, I think for me, the expectation would,
all round in terms of her game. She's got that competitive spirit, and she's got a bit of power and athleticism, which is, maybe a bit in contrast to Itto. But similarly, they are coming up, they're on the rise, and they're looking to make an impact here. And I definitely think it's quite possible that they will meet in that third and final qualifying round and face off against each other for the chance to qualify and make their US Open debut.
Can you change it?
No.
Can't change it, right? So it does you no good to dwell on it. Sometimes we dwell on maybe bad points, but sometimes we dwell on good points, right? How many times have you guys seen players go, they hit a great shot, they're like, give me applause, give me applause, give me applause. They're still thinking about the great shot that they hit, and then before they know it, before they come back, they realize, oh shoot, I just lost the last 3 points, I didn't even realize it, right? So you cannot change what's happened already in the past. So when you play one point, whether it's good, whether it's bad, just know, hey, come back play again. Whatever point is in front of you, you make sure you give 100% focus.
And obviously, as we focus on Asian players, of interest to us in particular is the Japanese player that has caught everyone's attention, 21-year-old Itto from Japan. And yeah, she is really on a bit of a roll at the moment because, you know, she hadn't had a particularly good year since winning. She won a WTA 125 title at the start of the year. And that was not long after reaching semis in Osaka during the Asian swing last year. But since then, her season tailed off a little bit. But now she's just had a really good run in Canada, in Montreal. She came through qualifying and then also through her first two matches against Volinets and Jasmine Paolini. So obviously huge for her to get a top 10 win there, and then eventually fell in 3 sets in the third round to Jessica Bujas-Manero. But she's come to Cincinnati and again come through qualifying. And yeah, she's come through pretty well in her first 2 matches against Elena Gabriela Ruse. And then in the last round, she knocked out 27 seed Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova 6-1, 4-6, 6-4, which has set up a really nice, exciting tie from her point of view against the 6th seed and, of course, an American, Madison Keys. That match is going to be on in Grandstand.
Ito's got the kind of style, though, that I think if you're starting to feel a little bit of the pressure, it's going to be really annoying. She's got a really unique style in that she rarely actually hits a full forehand. She hits a lot of slice on the forehand, and she does have a conventional backhand, so she can hit it fairly strong as well on that side. She hits a lot of moon balls as well, but surprisingly accurate moon balls, like right near the baseline. And it just takes a lot of players out of their rhythm.
Really irritating, yes.
Yeah, but then, you know, sometimes she'll hit, yes. So that's the thing, yeah, especially that backside, she'll hit, you know, harder and with pace and vary the angle. So you just kind of don't know what's coming. And yeah, it's really hard to get into a rhythm. And yeah, definitely kind of started to feel the pressure. And ultimately, Itto came through. They took that final set 7-5 after Kenin had been up 4-love. So that's obvious.
I mean, to be fair to Boo, he was more than matching Rublev in the rallies. And of course, we all know the power, you know, and how good he is. Rublev is from the back of the court, you know, incredible baseliner. He's just, you know, one of the best. And he's, you know, that's why he's been top 5 in the world. And yeah, so, but for Boo to do that and come through that, I mean, it was quite remarkable. I mean, obviously we talked about him a lot in this podcast and said, well, he seems to be getting very good over the summer. I mean, even, you know, those of us who watch tennis closely did not quite expect him to pull this off. But I mean, he's just, it was very, obviously we know how good his tennis in terms of like it can be in the rallies, but then, you know, just mentally that he was able to you know, stay composed and stay strong and be aggressive. And, you know, it's, I watched Boo last year in this. That was sort of a bit of a breakthrough for him because he played the Seoul Challenger.
It was here, yeah.
In spring last year, and he went on to win the title against Vukic in the final. I mean, I saw him actually there's a video I shared just after Boo's run on Twitter. I watched him on the outer court in front of about 5 people.
Right.
But at that time, I mean, I tweeted something like,
what a machine this guy is. What struck me back then was, he certainly wasn't hitting the ball as well as he does now, but he was, had a good serve, and he, you could tell he was very determined, and he was a good athlete. That's what, I could see then. And then he ended up having a good week and winning the title. Didn't do well though. If that was the standard that he'd set, then didn't really match it for the rest of the year. But then from this year, from April, he had a good tournament in Korea. I think he got to the final, and then he won a few tournaments over the summer at the challenger level. So yeah, this was clear that he was reaching good form, and he was making improvements. Yeah, so after Guangzhou final, then he won in China in Wuxi, and then he won in Granby in Canada, and then reached another final in Chicago. So these were really good results. And then of course he actually qualified for the first time at a major. He qualified for the US Open. I think he lost out to Casper Ruud in the first round, but he was obviously looking good. But I mean, it's really impressed me how well. I mean, he, when I watched him last year in that challenger in Seoul, the forehand looked like the better side for him. But now he really hits that clean and hard. It's quite amazing sometimes. And then also, sliding out the corners. He's good at that on the forehand side, and getting passing shots up the line, and then also just general ability to hang there in the rallies, without making errors. It's very impressive. I mean, unfortunately, when he had to go out through to the semi-final, he had to play Jannik Sinner, of course, the number one player. And he was in the semi-finals, but it was still a respectable showing, because he lost out the first set 6-3, and then the second set went to a tiebreak. So he only lost that second set in a tiebreak. It was 7-3 in the tiebreak. I mean, Sinner's tiebreak record is been ridiculous. It's this year. So and that's why he's the number one player in the world. And then for Boo to do that though, it's really just sort of changed my. Hello and welcome to this live watch along for the US Open qualifying, match between Itto of Japan and Janice Chen from Indonesia. This is the final qualifying round. The winner will go through to the US Open main draw. There was a bit of a delay in the start of the match, but we are underway at the moment. It is now currently 30-15 to Itto. Who is actually serving right now. She won the toss, so she is serving, and it is 30-15 to Itto. Huge match for both players. Now it's just gone 30-all, but it's going to be a really important one, of course, because neither player has been to the US Open main draw before, and in particular, this is even the first appearance at any slam for Chen of Indonesia. She has had an incredible year rising up, having started June last year without any ranking. She actually managed to rise to the top 150, and that's how she's got into this qualification to the US Open. Itto as well, she started to make waves on the WTA Tour last year, the end of last year. And then recently in the WTA 1000 tournaments, and she's got her unique style. And at the moment, I can see it's actually a break point now for Janice Chen. Comment in the chat there that Itto is suffering from pain in her back. I noticed that yeah, Itto has actually suffered from back pain at times. I mean, the way she serves is a little bit unorthodox. You know, the way she serves, and you know that might have something to do with it. She did complain about this, so yeah, break point there for Chen, and it looks like it is an early break for the Indonesians. So Janice Chen of Indonesia taking the first game. It is 1-love early on, so obviously. The thing is with Chen, you know, a lot of people were expecting Itto to be able to get through this match, and you know, or hoping that she would qualify. I mean, I think there's a lot of Japanese fans in the chat as well, or watching quietly, who really want to see Itto. I mean, Itto has also not just got fans in Japan. She's made a lot of fans on the WTA tour across, you know, in the US now, and all across the world because of her unique style. I mean, she plays a very unorthodox style in terms of hitting the slice a lot, and you know, not playing a very conventional style. You know, a lot of moon balls. She does hit, you know, a decent backhand mostly, but occasionally mixing it up with pace and angle. So, yeah. Whereas Janice, you know, she's a bit more of an athlete. She's a bit stronger in her you know, the power that she brings to the game. She moves well. She also hits a lot of slices, but more on the backhand side. So yeah, at the moment it's 30-love now with Janice Chen serving, and yeah, at the moment it seems to be a good start for Janice Chen. She is serving into the rally, and yeah, easy point there again. So 40-love, and it's going to be soon either. Sorry, a second game, you know, 3 break points. Sorry, 3 game points, I should say. And yeah, that's an easy hold again. So it's 2-love to Janice Chen. Not good for Itto fans. A lot of people wanting her to win, including Dino in the chat. I want Itto to win. Yeah, this is unfortunate because Itto, you know, she has a lot of fans. What I will say, though, is even if Itto was to lose this match, there's a decent chance that Itto will get into the main draw if there is a withdrawal. That is because she can get a lucky loser spot. Now, Itto, you know, she's the 3rd seed in the qualification. So at the time when the entry list for the US Open was made, she was ranked, you know, just outside the top 100. Currently, and you know, which has got her seeding, she has moved up to current ranking of 182. So yeah, I mean, she has a good chance that even if she does lose this match, she will be able to get in as a lucky loser. But there is question marks about whether Itto is actually fit. Unfortunately, her back has got a back issue at the moment. So yeah, that's definitely an issue. So at the moment, yes, 15 all at the moment. $15 all. 2-love is the lead at the moment for Janice Chen. She does move well. She does have good strength. And yeah, I did feel like this was going to be a tricky matchup, even if Itto was fit, because you know, she has had so much confidence, having won so many matches over the last year. As I said, last year in June, she was no ranking, and now she's up, you know, 148 in the world. You have to, you know, starting from the very bottom in the ITF qualifier, she had to win a lot of matches just to get up there. So, you know, it's pretty impressive just to be able to do that. And I do think that, you know, she is going to be a player that, like Itto, is going to be around much more on the WTA tour. She's going to be in the top 100. perhaps higher, perhaps top 50. So we'll have to wait and see how she does. With 40-15 now, though, for Itto. She is. Got 2 game points here. So let's see if Itto can get on the board. And she does. She gets the game on the board. So it's 2-1 that Janice Chen is leading early in this US Open qualifying match. And yeah, both players going for their first US Open main draw. Itto did play 1 Grand Slam so far at the Wimbledon this year, because she managed to sneak in to the main draw without qualifying. She actually, she lost that first round match at Wimbledon. She probably has a game that she could do well on grass. Unfortunately, it takes a little bit of time to get used to that surface. And also, the season isn't long on grass. So, perhaps in future, Itto could do some damage on that surface. And certainly both players, they like the hard courts. They've showed that and done very well recently. Got a comment here. Itto's back does not seem to be bothering her too much right now. Indeed, Itto is a player that many enjoy her style. Very, very unorthodox. The way that she even hits the slice. She doesn't hit, even with the grip that you would expect a player to hit with. And Janice Chen is serving, and it's love 15 now on this Chen serve. So good start early in this 4th game of the match for Itto. Other matches underway at the moment. Another all-Asian encounter is between Zhang Shuai and Wei Xijia. Zhang Shuai, of course, is the veteran and, has been achieved so much in her career as well, especially in doubles. She's up 4-love lead to Wei. That's probably the way people were expecting that one to go. So, yeah, good start for Zhang. We've also got Yuta Shimizu, another Japanese player, in the qualification on the men's side, taking on Martin Dam. It's 40-15 to Dam on serve early in that match. So, yeah, maybe could be keeping an eye on that one. I'm sure Japanese fans will be interested in that. It's 15-all here, though, between Itto and Chen, with Chen up a break as they play on court 16. (30-15) to Chen. Yeah, 40-15 now. So it looks like Janice is going to hold in this 4th game of the match. This, so just commenting on, what the Henry Babel, his comment that the host said she has a back injury. So she did say she was struggling a bit with her back. It is something that I saw in recent matches as well. She kind of was stretching out her back. She was, but she still managed to get through those matches. I think the way she serves is a little bit awkward, and I do wonder if that's maybe affecting, that's what's the cause of that injury. But yeah, so comment here as well from Dino saying she's had matches when she was like this, down by 3 or 4, and surprisingly went on to win the match. Well, yeah, that is true. I mean, certainly there's still going to be a way for Itto to get back into this, but I think it's going to be difficult. As you know, Chen is playing very well. She's much more of an athlete, and she's got a power that she's able to bring and dominate Itto from. If she's playing well, I think sometimes with Itto, if she the way that she plays, she risks getting overpowered. And we saw that she did get dominated eventually against a good player in Madison Keys. Although she beat a great player in Jasmine Paolini, but Jasmine Paolini is not the kind of player that is going to dominate her in terms of the sheer power and be hitting winners off the court. So Janice is kind of a player that can do that, and she's playing very well at the moment, and she has love 40 now on the Itto serve. So it is a chance for another break here. It's triple break point, and Janice Chen takes it. It is 4-1 to Janice Chen. She's racing through this match. And not sure how many Indonesian tennis fans we have in the chat, but I think a lot of them are going to be excited by what they're seeing it so far. Chen is playing extremely well. Indonesian tennis. Let's just consider this for a moment. This is the very, very first draw, first qualifying event at any slam that Janice Chen has played. She's 23, but she came into pros late because she started really just last year full time as a pro when, about 22 years old last year in the summer. And that's because she attended US college, Pepperdine University in the US. So she was playing in the college, team for the college team, playing on the, each week for the team there. And it is competitive on the US college circuit. It's increasingly popular way for some players to go through, into the professional game. And we've seen some players if you don't know if you've seen player from the UK, from Scotland, Jacob Fernley. He also graduated from university last year and quickly made his way up to the top 50. So players are coming through that route. It is a way that players are coming through. They get good coaching, good facilities, and they build their game before they are, before they take on the real professional game full time. And so that's what Janice Chen did. And she has actually, since last year, just when she started, she has won so many matches. She came fully ready, competitive. It's very much sort of like, like when you're playing for the US college circuit and you're playing those big matches, you are getting big crowds and you are also getting a very competitive environment. And it's high pressure, kind of like playing Davis Cup or Billie Jean Cup, all the time. So, yeah, that's a great way for players to develop. And it's 30 love at the moment for Janice Chen. She is in dominant form. And honestly, at 40 love now, she's got triple game point. And, it's going to be... Yeah, no, sorry. What would it... Itto does get 1 point back, so it's 15 to Janice Chen, but she's still got a chance now. 2 game points to go up and take a 5-1 lead. Janice Chen to serve, and she does hold with a good serve. So it is 5-1 to Janice Chen, and she's absolutely racing through. I mean, this is as much as many people want Io Itto to win, Janice Chen, what a story this would be if she was actually to qualify. As I said, first, chance at qualifying for a major to do it, and just coming from literally no ranking summer last year and making the slam. And who knows what, who these players are going to play. I mean, let's actually just take a look at that as Itto is going to serve here, but it looks like at the moment, like, this set is gone. looks like this set is gone at the moment. So I'm just going to get the qualifying draw up here. See if we can get it up for you. Yeah, 30. Love 30 now. Janice Chen. And Janice is just dominant at the moment. And yeah, another winner there from Chen. And it's love 40. Triple set point for Chen. It's going to be looking like a breadstick here. And that's it. 6-1. Janice Chen breaks to love. 6-1. Utterly dominant so far. Janice Chen, 6-1. There's only been one player on top so far. And unfortunately for Itto fans, it's looking like a Chen win. I'm going to bring up something for you, which is the USO draw. So each of these players with a chance to make it through. Janice Chen or Ayo Itto, looking like Chen is gonna do it now. She's one set up. But as a qualifier, look at the players that they could face. They could face Leila Fernandez, former runner-up back in 2021. Would play Christina Busa. I mean, that wouldn't be a draw if they were to face them. You could potentially have Janice Chen qualifying and playing. If you get through, it could be play Alex Ayala. That would be a Tennis Asia, your Southeast Asian battle there. But yeah, so some of the players you could play: Raducanu, Emma Raducanu, of course, the 2021 winner of the title. You could have Ayo Itto or Janice Chen facing against Raducanu. So it's exciting. Jasmine Paolini, who Ayo Itto actually played and beat recently in Cincinnati. Elsewhere, by the way, it's Yuta Shimizu, 3-4 against Martin Dam Jr. So it's still on serve there in that first set. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Do we think Itto can come back from this? I think it's going to be very difficult. I just felt like this was going to be, I think with the way that Chen plays, there's maybe more potential in her game in terms of the athleticism and the power that she brings, and just because of her confidence and form at the moment, I did think this was going to be difficult for Itto, and it has actually shown to be the case. So yeah, unfortunately for Itto fans, not looking great right now. Yeah, so just showing you like the US Open draw there on the screen. So, some of the players that they could play: Bencic, Ostapenko. I don't think Ostapenko is going to want to draw Janice Chen in first round. And Noskova. Yeah. So we don't know who's going to go. And as I said, don't be too downhearted, Ayo Itto fans, because even if she does lose this match, there is quite a possibility she will make the main draw as a lucky loser. So let's see if that does indeed happen. And I'd like to get the score up for you. I think that's a good thing to do as we sorry. Okay. So yeah, Janice Chen serving early in this second set, and it's going to be 40-15 there. You can see on the screen. Oh, I'm just going to have to get my match back up here. Yeah, and really it's been going so smoothly for Janice Chen. I mean, you look at the statistics there, 94% first serves. Is it really right? I mean, it's absolutely dominant there, and obviously 3 out of 3 on break points. I mean, she's just been breezing through, hasn't she? So yeah, sorry, you're joining us on this Tennis Asia TV live stream. It's Io Itto, the third seed against Janice Chen. Io Itto is now up to 82 in the rankings, but it's Janice Chen ranked 148 in the world that is dominating at the moment. I mean, you have to understand that she's won something like 86% of matches in the whole of the last year. And really, it has been dominant. As this match continues on court 16. It is 30-15 though here for Io Itto in this second game. She on her serve. So possibility here for her to get on the board and level it in this set, the second set. As she does serve. And it is 40-15 and we're back into a rally, and that was error there from Janice, or sorry, winner there, sorry, from Janice Chen. So it's 40-30 on the Io Itto serve. The score, yeah, it's updated now there for you on screen. Yeah, I think it's maybe taken a lot of people by surprise how good Janice Chen appears right now, because no one's really had time to hear about her. It was brought to my attention, a few months ago. She won like the ITF Player of the Month twice, I think. She managed to, and Itto, by the way, does level. It's one game all, so it had, this second set is going a bit better for Itto so far. Second serve now for Janice Chen as she serves. So yeah, it's taken people by surprise because she came straight from college, and then just obviously she was playing well at that level, and has breezed through in terms of the way that she's come through. So yeah, she won ITF Player of the Month. It was 5 tournaments in a row she won in Asia, and then she got her ranking up. So into the top 200, which is enough for her to qualify for the US Open. And now she went to the US and played a couple of tournaments before this. Basically, she's actually, won so many matches even there, because she finished runner-up twice. But the players that she lost to in those finals, one of them was Wang Jiu, who's like former top 50, who's working her way back up, and she actually has to qualify. So she might still qualify. She's got her match later. Sorry, I've lost the match here. So it's 30-15 at the moment, sorry, to Janice Chen. Or sorry, no. It's 30-all. 30-all on the Janice Chen serve early here. So perhaps Itto has got a chance here to maybe break through. Could it be done? 40-30 now on this Chen serve. Yeah, just looking in the chat at the moment, I did put a poll up there. 72% of people saying Itto will win, 28% Janice Chen. I mean, I guess a lot of Itto fans, which is fair enough. I mean, Itto is going to keep a lot of fans, and I'm sure we're still going to see more of her in slams, and it is Itto who gets it on to Juice now. Itto is fighting. Can she come back here? Yeah, Andrea, I see your comment there about the scholarship program. She's now graduated from the university in the US, I believe. So she has gone pro, and yeah, she was in the scholarship program there, Pepperdine University. But yeah, we're Janice Chen now has advantage, and she has held. It's 2-1 to Janice Chen early here. So a little bit of pressure there from Itto building, but she does hold on. Now, got a new member here. Great to have you on board. And if you are willing to, if you do become a member, I will try and put out more content for members. If you're willing to donate as well, I will try and bring you more live stream watch-alongs, and in particular for the main US Open tournament. I am currently now in Korea, so the timing is not brilliant. The US Open is probably the worst slam for us in Asia to watch in the terms of the time difference, because most of the matches are going through the night. You maybe get some of the night matches in the US coming on, you know, in the morning, you know, breakfast time for us, which isn't too bad. But then, yeah, generally speaking, yeah, most of the matches you can't watch easily unless you want to stay up and miss your bedtime. So, yeah, but definitely, you know, some interesting matches to come up. Obviously, if we have Chen in the main draw, you know, be able to see that. Ena Shibahara, Japanese player, she has a chance to make the main draw. She made it last year, but she'll have to play against Varvara Grasheva, who actually made the quarterfinals in Cincinnati recently. So that's going to be difficult for Ena Shibahara. But she is, you know, spent a lot of time. She is another player, by the way, that came through US college system. Wang Xiyu has to try and qualify as well. It looks like Zhang Shuai is going to make it. She's up 6-1 after that first set. Yuta Shimizu is actually, John says the Australian swing is like the US for you. Yeah, okay, I can imagine that. And the Australian Open, of course, is, you know, the best slam for us in Asia. The time difference is you know, perfect. So Indonesia almost midnight, says Andre. So that's yeah, it's after midnight here in Seoul. So as we continue to look at the match, my stream is turned off. Okay, so it's 15-30 now on the Itto serve in this second set at 1-2. So obviously Itto's not going to want, and we're in a rally. And that was there, won by Itto. So it's 30 all. And that must be in the US then. 30 all. at the moment. Oh no, 40-30. Oh dear, my stream seems to be freezing. Try and get it back up again. Yeah, so it's I'll see if I get the score up here. Yeah, 40-30 there to Itto on the serve. So chance to get 2 games on the board here. And she does hold on. So Itto is 2 games all. Wow. Comment here from Brian. Used to train with Janice when we were kids in Jakarta. Proud to see her make it this far. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, wow. Yeah, so I mean, Janice Chen, and Indonesia is a big country as well. They've had a few tennis players down the years. I mean, the greatest Indonesian player would have been Yayuk Busuke, who got to, I think, number 19 in singles and reached the quarterfinals at Wimbledon back in 1997. Comment here that Itto is holding on. Yes, she is. It's 30 love now for Janice, though. Janice to serve. 30 love on serve. Oh, winner from Ito, 15-30. And 40-15 now, sorry, to Janice Chen. So it looks like she's going to hold on now. And as I said before, yeah, Itto does have a chance to make it through to the main draw, even if she loses this match, because she is one of the highest ranked players in the qualification draw. And Janice Chen holds on there 3-2. She is on fire. And as Saleh John says here, Janice is on fire easy, he says. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not that surprising, is it? I mean, that it would be this way. I mean, I think it's a bit unfortunate that these players had to face each other in this qualification section. Janice, was unseeded. Of course, Itto as a seed. Janice Chen was surely one of the toughest unseeded players in the qualification that she could have faced. So, and yeah, obviously 2 players from the eastern side of Asia. And there's obviously maybe not been as many players from that side of the world in terms of tennis, but especially from Indonesia. Obviously, Japan has had quite a few, and seems to be more and more Japanese players actually these days. But of course, Japan and Indonesia, they're both in Asia, and they're all big island nations, big in terms of population. But I think a lot of Indonesians, and it's always good to have more people watching tennis. I mean, I love tennis. Tennis is my favorite sport. We're going to have more Indonesian fans, surely, I think, from being watching Janice Chen, because I think she has good potential and she will be a regular on the WTA tour, and that means playing big events and the chance to play against and beat big players. She's not far off the top 100. She'll probably be making that soon. And from there, who knows, top 50 and beyond. But, you know, she's got to play against, you know, get that experience against some of the better players. And that was Angelique. She was the last player at the US Open in 2004, last player to play in a slam, I guess, in singles for an Indonesian player on the singles side. A lot of firsts for Asian players potentially. On the men's side, we also have Coleman Wong playing. He could qualify. He is from Hong Kong. Hong Kong has never had a man in the singles draw of a slam before. So Coleman Wong, who you saw maybe earlier, if you were watching earlier interview with him, he could make history for Hong Kong. I think they had a couple of women make the main draw in the past, but nothing of any note. Now it's 15-all here. Let's see if Janice, is she going to go for the break? I mean, she could certainly make short work of it. It's 15-30 now on the Itto serve. Now, it's double break point now for Janice Chen. 15-40. Itto is serving. But you have to feel if this break comes, and it would seem pretty much over if Chen can actually break. Oh, but that is their winner there for Itto. So it's 30-40. She saves one more break point. And Itto yeah. Unfortunately, the break has come for Janice Chen. So that means she's up she's up a break at 4-2, but she's going to serve now. So she'll be able to serve and take it to potentially to 5-2. And then from that point, it's going to be very difficult. Yeah, tough here now for Itto to get back into it, I'm afraid. Yeah, 30 love now to Janice Chen in this match at 4-2. And it's a huge moment here. This could be for Janice Chen. Oh, Itto does get one back here, so it's 15-30. Oh, 30-all. Okay, so it's another game point here for Janice Chen at 40-30. She will serve. She serves, and it is into the rally here. Oh, it's a point there. And Itto takes it to juice. Wow. Okay, so perhaps here a chance for her to get back into it. I'm going to try and get the score back up on the screen there. That scoreboard's a little bit behind. It's juice now. So Janice Chen to serve. It will be a second serve. Oh, but that's a winner there from Chen, and she takes it to a good 1-2 punch there. So that is a advantage now for Janice Chen. Her forehand is very good, Janice Chen. I mean, she hits aggressive, and I think what's most impressive for me is Chen is also she's doing it in the big moments. And in that last qualification match, she was also doing it. I think she was the other player in the previous round was up. Love was serving for the first set. Janice broke back to Love and also had to save a couple of set points before she turned it around. But we're back at juice here. Oh, and it's a breakback point here for Itto. She has a breakback point. It's advantage Itto. Can she come back here? 4-2 in the Janice. Oh, that's an ace. Ace banged down by Janice Chen. Is it? Oh, no. Oh, no, we're back to juice. And yeah, and that's a winner there from Janice Chen. So it's advantage Chen now. Points coming quickly. Oh, and that's another ace. And she's held. Janice Chen is held. It's 5-2. And that's an opportunity come and gone for Itto. And you have to say, I mean, that was the only break point she'd created so far in the match, and you'd probably say like she needed to take that one, but unfortunately for Itto, she has not done that, and it's 5-2 now for Janice Chen. That score is now updated on the screen there. That the Google score there is a bit slow, unfortunately. Let's see if we can. Yeah, I mean, if we look at the stats there. I mean, it does reflect quite a bit of domination, really, from Janice. 82% first serves, 72 and 75% points won in first and second serves, when it's only 44% there for Itto. 4 out of 5 break points for Janice Chen, only 0 out of 1 for Janice. And then if you look at the total points there, this is Itto, only 28 points, 53 for Chen. I mean, that is quite a big differential. You know, in tennis, you know, in a closer match, you're only going to have a few points between, but that's showing a story there. So 1 game away from the US Open main draw now for Janice Chen, as Itto does serve to stay in this match. He's up 15-love. And she'll want to hold, of course, and make Chen serve it out and try and see if, you know, maybe Janice might get tight. Maybe she'll get nervous. We'll see what happens. It doesn't seem like she's riding a big wave of confidence. If you're interested in getting more content like this, I will definitely bring in you better streams, more content in the future on Tennis Asia TV. More for the US Open, hopefully other tournaments, and perhaps even content from the tournaments themselves as we head into the Asia swing after US Open. Asia swing with tournaments here in Korea, Japan, China, and elsewhere. Challengers. So it's 30-15 here in the Janice Chen. Oh, wow. That was a winner there from Janice Chen. She's got 15-40 now in the Itto serve. 2 match points for Janice Chen. 2 match points. It's 15-40. Second serve for Itto. And that sets a double fault. A double fault from Itto. And it's 6-2. Janice Chen. The match finishes 6-1, 6-2. Janice Chen. What an incredible performance. What an incredible player. Wow. Wow, Janice Chen. Congratulations to her. She has qualified for the US Open main draw. Didn't drop a set in the qualification. Came through against Lepchenko 6-3, 6-1. And in the next round against Chwalinska, she came through 7-5, 7-5. And here against Aoi Itto of Japan, 6-1, 6-2. Heartbreak. Heartbreak for the Japanese fans, but delight for those fans of Janice Chen, many Indonesian fans, I'm sure. And Aoi Itto, well, yeah, just disappointing for her, obviously. I mean, she did so well at the WTA 1000 events in Canada and then in Cincinnati. But now this is a huge moment here for Indonesian tennis. And that's a good question there in the comment. Do you know who her next opponent is? We do not know, because we have to wait for all the other qualification matches to finish, and then we will know who Janice will be facing. So it's going to be another, several hours. But let's have a look at the main draw, shall we? Let's have a look and see who she could be facing. So I've got the draw here. Potentially, Janice Chen could be facing the 31st seed, Leylah Fernandez, because the Q there standing for qualifier is the player that she could face. So, yeah, let's have a look. So, potentially Leylah Fernandez. We've got here Kristina Buxa from Moldova, Moldovan-born Spanish player, I should say. But if Janice Chen was to draw that player and perhaps even win that match, potentially in the second round could play Clara Tauson or Alex Ayala. Of course, it was against Ayala, an Indonesian against a Filipino. That would be quite interesting in terms of Southeast Asian regional battle there. But yeah, also Emma Raducanu. Janice Chen could draw Emma Raducanu. So I'm going to get it up there. I didn't get it on the screen. Sorry, it's just there. Emma Raducanu, you can see that the Q next to her opponent's name, that means a qualifying. So these spots here, you can see on the screen here, all these spots are potentially where Janice Chen could end up. She could end up facing 7th seed Jasmine Paolini. And if she does play Paolini, that would, be a big one. So yeah, potentially on one of the biggest courts, perhaps Louis Armstrong. But Linda Bencic is another seed that she could face, 16th seed, and a former Olympic gold medalist. Victoria Azarenka is another player that she could face. Yelena Ostapenko. I would love to see Janice Chen take on Yelena Ostapenko. I do think Janice is the kind of player that could really frustrate her. And then who knows? Who knows how far Janice could go? It depends on the luck of the draw. Plenty of other unseeded players that she could face, like Zeynep Sonmez. She could play Linda Noskova, Peyton Stearns, Maya Joint, the young player who recently won in Eastbourne, beating Alex Ayala in the WTA 250 tournament just before Wimbledon. She's a talent. So it's an exciting time for Indonesian tennis. Thanks for watching this stream. I hope to bring you better content soon during this US Open and in future tournaments. I think we're going to be doing more streams of Janice Chen because, you know, she's clearly a great player and she's going to be in the top 100 soon, and she's going to be playing in more WTA Tour tournaments and probably future slams. I wouldn't be surprised if she's at the Australian Open. And the Australian Open would be nice because it's a much better time zone for us in Asia. So, yeah, thanks very much for watching this stream. I mean, I can just take a quick look at the scores there. You can see on your screen some of the other matches underway. Zhang Shuai looks like she's about to qualify, the veteran 36-year-old Zhang Shuai. She is playing her compatriot there. Be good to see her back in Grand Slam main draw. Wow, look at Yuta Shimizu. Another heartbreak for Japanese fans as he loses that first set tiebreak, 12-10. Wow. It's so tough in these qualification matches. However, we still have some other... Don't worry too much, Japanese fans, because there's still other players who could make it through, like Shintaro Mochizuki. He has done very well recently. Played really nicely at Wimbledon. Almost beat Karen Khachanov. Coleman Wong of Hong Kong is hoping to make history by qualifying. Chinese player Wu Yibing, he is definitely a very exciting player, and he's favoured to make it through, and he would cause a lot of trouble for some of the players in the draw should he make it through. Ena Shibahara, another player from Japan. She is taking on Grasheva, very tough match, but there's no doubt that Shibahara likes the environment in US. She qualified last year and she won a first round match as well. So she definitely has a good, she's done well since she's kind of moved from doubles. Wang Zhiyu is also hoping to make it through. So plenty more matches to go. And once all those matches have been finished, then we will know, they will make the draw, and then we'll know who Janice Chen will play. Let's look forward to that. And thank you so much, Ray, and everyone else for joining this stream. And we will bring more, hopefully, in the future very soon. Thank you.